You don't get any bigger than that. Hey, what's up, guys? Your boy J Bob's here tonight. I got an announcement to make about a couple things here regarding this league, and sorry for the delay. I am trying to figure out what to do. I was notified about the fullback dive last night was illegal because Eric Ebron has 84 speed, and according to the league rules, the fullback, if it's not a natural fullback, can only be 83 speed or lower. So I'm trying to figure that out right now while I'm online. So I do need to make room for this fullback that I'm about to sign, both in cap space and roster space, because all I do have all 53 roster spots taken up right now, and I'm in pretty tight cap situation coming up this off season. So I'm currently just trying to figure out what to do here. As you can see, I'm thinking about cutting David Long Jr. 72 overall, he's eating up 1.75 million, which could easily be used on a fullback. So, but I'm not sure. I want to make sure that by rules I'm allowed to cut this guy. I mean, I think the cutoff is 80 overall, and this guy's only 72 overall. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm good to cut this player, and incurs no cap penalty either. So we'll go ahead and cut him. And we will sign. We'll go ahead and sign a fullback. So basically, just for the freaking for a couple of weeks here, pretty much 1.75 million to play maybe a week. We're gonna go ahead and sign this guy. So I just gotta make sure my fullbacks are in line now, and then I can make my quick couple announcements here because I don't want to get sanctioned. I don't want to break any of the league rules. So let's look at the depth chart. Or no, I just realized I could have put Austin Hooper at fullback, but since I just signed one anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and use the actual fullback that I have. See, Austin Hooper's way down here. Okay, yeah, he's first on the depth chart for fullback. That's good. Just wanted to make sure. And if for some reason he gets hurt, or make sure Austin Hooper's there. Ebron's not even eligible. Neither is Dylan, but I don't think I get that far. Yeah, just in case it does. So I'm not breaking the rules with that fullback dive anymore. That guy does have 80. Well, I think it said he had 83 speed. If he had 86 speed, though, he's a natural fullback, so that's what I can get away with. All right, well, now that that's out of the way, I can go ahead and say what I want to say before I hop off of here tonight. It's a very short night. I'm not playing a game. Um, you can see I haven't played the Steelers yet, and I'm going to get the force win against them, actually. The Steelers are out of town until New Year's, and it's a bummer for him because he he is in the AFC wildcard race himself, and he still could get in even with the loss. Currently, right now, I believe the important game that is taking place. Let me go to current log live broadcast here. So I think the Saints are playing the Dolphins. And yes, the Saints they're indeed playing. And they're indeed playing the Dolphins. The Dolphins have a 14-6 lead with the ball on the Saints' 49-yard line to begin the third quarter. So that's a big game going on in League of Ordinary Gentlemen right now. But obviously, when you guys heard the words that I'm getting the force win against the Steelers, you already know what I meant. And I think I saw someone post in the comments, because we are officially, with the force win, playoff bound. The force win will put us at 12-5. The Commanders just won minutes ago against the Seahawks. So they've cemented their spot as the NFC East champions. And they will take the 3 seed. And we will get the victory. That puts us at 12-5. And then you got Slim, the Eagles user, who did win earlier today, pulled it by the skin of his teeth. But it's going to be academic unless the 49ers, the 49ers still haven't played yet. There's a possibility there, and he is playing Ubi. So I'm not sure how that tiebreaker falls. Common games comes first, and it's usually very hard to do math with common games. So I'm honestly interested to do the math after this is over to see if that game is even relevant for 49ers or not. I mean, I would just suggest I could be wrong when I do the math, and play your tail off, 49ers user. You have to, just act like you have to win. You might not have to, but just act like you have to. Because I don't know, men might even mess it up. But as you can see, Cave is actually the number 1 seed in the NFC. Believe that or not. And if he wins this week, he will have cemented that position as the number 1 seed in the NFC. And the Rams are the 2 seed. The Rams, they were undefeated at the end of the last regular season and then took that heartbreaking loss in the divisional round to Ubi last year. And then you can see Ubi's right there. He's the 5 seed. There's your 6 seed. And then, as I said, the Commanders have the 3 seed. And we are currently sitting in the 7th spot. And as I said, the Eagles have to pray that the 49ers lose and that they have the tiebreaker over them, which I don't even know if they do. And then the Buccaneers, well, quite frankly, the rest of the NFC is good, but the South has not been living up with the rest of the NFC. So they get the 4 seed, and honestly, they don't even have to try in their last game. They could set their starters. I don't think, they can't catch the Commanders. So they're going to be the 4 seed. They're locked in. So Billy Boy, he's locked in. No need to play starters. No need to get anyone hurt. And that's the big news for me. Part 1 of the big news, I should say, is that I made the playoffs, and that is kind of special to me because it's been. I didn't play Madden 21 or 22. I played Madden 20 and just got my tail kicked 24/7 every league I was in. So last time I made the playoffs was Madden 19. And Cave and I were running a league together, and we both made the playoffs, and I was the 4 seed. I came out of the NFC West with the Rams back when they had Jared Goff, and that team had Greg the Leg Zuerlein, and I was actually good with Zuerlein that year. How ironic. He was horrible for me the first few games this year. Particularly that first game against Ubi when he missed 3 field goals, including that 29-yarder. But I made the reason it's special is because I made the playoffs last in that year, and I actually beat Cave in that game. Zuerlein hit the game-winning 57-yard field goal. It was a very long field goal. It was like 55 plus. So drilled it. Then defense came out, got I wouldn't say stopped them, but just he ran out of time. He was a Cowboys user. Of course, Dak Prescott, um, and all those guys. I believe Amari Cooper was on their roster at the time. That in 2018, I want to say. So he had him. Yeah, I think Cooper's the one that made that catch and got tackled in bounds. For those of you who remember watching me back when I was primarily streaming my games on Twitch. And that leads me to another point, is that as part of this special season for me, I'm going to work on making a highlight reel of my season here in League of Ordinary Gentlemen, Season 2. From week 1 all the way to week 17. Of course, week 18 I can't get because it's going to be a forced win. Won't have any highlights of that. So I should start working on that sometime tomorrow. Maybe just start clipping out random highlights. See if I could put some uncopyrighted music in there by any chance. See if I can do anything special with it. I'm not sure. But since it's been such a big season for me, I'm going to go ahead and actually do that. And then whenever it's ready, I'll release it. Hopefully it's ready before the next advance. Next advance, according to the commission, the commission's office would be Tuesday the 27th. With the holidays coming up, they delayed the advance by a day. So we got an extra day to do this. And for those of you who kind of tune out of the Dolphins game to see what I'm doing, well, quite frankly, you probably don't even need to go back and watch now because the Dolphins are now running away with it, 28-6 in New Orleans. And let's just have a quick look at the AFC here, see how that affects things. I think the Dolphins would be in if they win. And yeah, they're in 10-7. And with the forced loss for the Steelers, who are currently sitting in the 6th spot, I believe 1, 2, 3, 5. This is a 4. Yep, that's a 6th spot. You're 7. So the Dolphins, if they win, they go to 10-7. The Steelers fall to 9-8. The Dolphins are certainly above the Steelers, so the Dolphins at the very least will have the 7th seed and will be in. No, I think the Titans have a way they can get into a very chaotic scenario. Even with the Dolphins win, it could still happen. Of course, the Steelers are losing, so they'll get that to drop out, and then they'll go up to 8 at least, and then a tiebreaker scenario with the Jets could come into play, and then or the Jets and the Patriots could lose, and then there's some whack tiebreaker there that has to be broken between the Jets and Patriots first, and then whichever one is left, the Titans will have. I'm not sure if the Titans have any of those tiebreakers. If they do, they could theoretically make it. So they have an outside chance. Just looking at that. And well, a lot has just happened out in New Orleans. Not much as far as the deficit changing. It's 35-13 though. It was 28-6 when I last looked. So I'm guessing just two very quick touchdowns were scored, and it's quite the fireworks show out in the Superdome right now. Um, but yeah, as it stands, Miami will go to 10-7 if they hold on to this huge lead. It would take an epic collapse for them to fall out in this game. And yeah, as you can see, this is the AFC. This is how it sits. And the AFC, I mean, it's not as competitive, but it's still just as tight as the NFC, if not even tighter, because you see this outside chance here for the Titans, who are sitting at 8-8. If they win, they're on a 3-game winning streak. If they win against whoever they play this week, and the Jets lose, or the Steelers are losing for sure. So if the Jets lose, or the Dolphins somehow manage to choke here, which I don't see happening, then there's a scenario where you're talking about three teams finishing at 9-8 for that last wild card spot. And the Titans, you never know. They might just be the team that has that tiebreaker, that three-way tiebreaker for that last spot. So don't count out the Titans yet unless you've done the math and you know for sure. But, I mean, they've kind of just flown under the radar this season as far as the AFC goes. But anyways, with that being said, I mean, one more quick thing. Yes, I'm in the playoffs, so I will be in the wild card round, and I won't be. I mean, as I promised at the beginning of the season, I might do other people's games here and there as far as commentary goes, and I haven't really made a commitment on that yet. I was going to do for the playoffs. Now that I'm in the playoffs myself, it's going to be a little bit harder to do it because I may or may not be a little biased towards certain teams that I might want to play. Like, for instance, I'll be very public about this since I'm on the air right now. I would much rather play Cave or Ubi in the first round, even though they're very, very tough opponents, than Fisto, the Rams user. And the likely matchup right now is going to be Fisto for me, the Rams. So I'm looking at an opponent that I'm highly unfamiliar with, that I don't know what to do, that I don't know how to game plan for. So that's gonna be tricky for me. And like if somehow I beat Fisto in the wild card round, like I don't want to be doing other wild card round games because then I'm gonna be speculating. Oh, I could be playing this guy in the divisional round. I'd rather have. I'd rather play Ubi in the divisional round or Cave or whoever finishes on top of this division because that's still up in the air. You can see they're both 13-3. Cave, if he wins, he's the number one seed in the NFC. We've already talked about that. If Ubi wins, I believe Ubi wins and Cave loses. Then obviously Ubi gets the division, but I want to say Fisto will get the one seed then, and Ubi would take the two seed. If I remember correctly, I think Fisto has the tiebreaker over Ubi, but Cave has the tiebreaker over Fisto. Um, so with that being said, once I'm eliminated from the playoffs, and this I don't mean to sound self-deprecating here, but I don't expect myself to get very far, especially if I have to play Fisto in the first round. It's just once I'm eliminated, I'm open to doing other people's games, other people's commentary, and just working on just like doing other like if you guys like say like, hey, that commentator guy, he's not in the playoffs anymore. I will say I'm out of town for New Year's Eve, so just for that weekend, I won't be able to do any games if it goes there. Hopefully not. But if it does go that far, I would love to. If it doesn't go that far, I should say, I would love to do playoff games. I'd love to do the conference championship and the Super Bowl if possible for commentary. Just to get high quality stuff for this league, get it going. And also, since I talked about like breaking down my season, giving like a highlight reel for you guys to see what my season was like. Um, the highlights of it, of course. I mean, you're not going to see Greg Zerline's missed 29-yard field goal against the Lions or me fumbling 5 times against the Commanders. You're not going to see it. It's going to be my highlights. I will be real. But if you guys want any of your highlights from your guys' season or anything like that, and I have time for it, then like you guys can ask me. Also, I noticed most of you guys use Twitch for those of you guys who are in the league, and I just can't. Twitch only saves your streams for 2 weeks, which is unfortunate. That's why I started using YouTube over Twitch, because YouTube has this permanent archive where I have all my videos. I even have some from Band 17 when my Twitch went down, when I was still primarily using Twitch, and I have all these videos from Madden 17. Some of them were copyright claimed because I didn't turn off the music back then. I didn't know that was even a thing, which, in my opinion, is lame. You can hear there's no music now because I very well know it's a thing. The copyright claim stuff, it's annoying. If you're streaming on any service, any Madden league or anything, just cut the music. I mean, Whether the music sucks, I mean, if the music sucks, you turn it off anyways. If you like the music, you still have to turn it off because it's copyrighted and it's lame. Like, in my opinion, if you're playing a game, you have the music on. Like, you should have the license by having the game in a way. That's just my opinion on it. But I don't make the laws. Some government BS does. So, just a tip for you guys who are streaming. Also, Twitch doesn't do permanent archive. If you would love to have permanent archive, switch to YouTube. I mean, I also think that's lame. Twitch doesn't do permanent archive. A lot of people love to use Twitch. So, I would love to. But yeah, I would love to do some of you guys' content, some of you guys' games, if I have the time to, while I'm not in school. School starts back up for me on January 9th. So, that's when I'll be busy again. I mean, obviously, I'll still be in the league. By then, we'll be in season 3. And my team will look completely different because I'm going to have to make a lot of cuts during the off season, or maybe a lot of difficult trades where I'm just cutting back on cap because I just don't have the cap space, quite frankly. But yeah, anyways, before I continue rambling on, you guys get the main points. I'm in the playoffs. I'm going to make a highlight reel of my season. And once I'm eliminated, I'm willing to do other people's games, commentary wise. Simple as that. And I'll leave you there. This is your boy J Bob signing off, saying see you next time from League of Ordinary Gentlemen. Have a good night, everyone. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Holidays, Happy whatever you may celebrate. Enjoy your guys' time with your friends and family, or if you're by yourself. I'm sending you love your way because you deserve it just as much as everyone else. Believe me, I know what it feels like. So, and I appreciate y'all for tuning in.